There we go. Do we got it? Hard to tell. Shoot. What's the point in trying to do all these tests? Ah. There we go. Okay, yes, we are in. Hooray! 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 Good evening, one and all. And welcome once more to some little goody two-shoes. As always, been looking forward to it. And as always, I am joined by my gorgeous Bun-Bun, Paige. Hello. And our irritating pain in the arse, Peanut, wherever she has gone. She has indeed been especially much a pain in the arse lately. But that's just how it goes. Where are we? Up there. 10:43, I do believe. Ah, yes, I recall. Let's see where we got to. I was in the... Oh god, here we go again. Just one moment while I sneeze loudly. Excuse me. We are here. Oops, did not mean to do that. How is everybody? I hope you have been having a wonderful week since last I spoke to you. Where might I find these great statues you speak of? Their eyes shine red with covetousness. Covetousness, envious of living ones such as yourself. These eyes shine red, you say? Yes, I hope. Oh shit. All has been going well. Since last we spoke, what has life been? But a quiet weekend. A lovely few days of rest. This is a fraction of the statue mentioned. I suppose I best solve the other great statue's riddles. That's not one of them, is it? Is that not one of them? How I ought to see what the riddles were, because I don't actually remember. Break the pot. Steal your berries. I found my berries. Oh yes, I remember. Cruel, aren't you, huh? Is your wish truly worth what you're sacrificing? I don't think that's any of your business. You've been branded already, haven't you? What's with all these questions? My, I'm just trying to tell you. I know I made plenty, and so did the rest of us. Well, I have no intention of ending up like a lot of you. We'll meet again then, sooner rather than later. For goodness sake. And then that takes me down to... badly low sanity? Oh, yes. I won't force us to go through this time. St. Valpurga's oil. Interesting, so that's about half. So the sanity meter is out of 100, I'm assuming then. That's good to know. So late in the game, of course. But yes, what have we been up to? What have we been up to? Well, something I haven't said for a while. I finished a book today, in fact. A book I've been very much enjoying. Something on the other side, but how to get there? Do I have any? I do not. That's not good. I need to find a way of getting past the vines. Yeah, I feel like I should probably mention the books I'm reading more often, just because reading is such a big part of my life. And I have been, thanks to, once again, my wonderful life partner, my wife, treated me to the second of Hannah Craner's books in her God Killer trilogy, Sunbringer, which she initially got me into. You got me into God Killer, didn't you? I think you found it and you were like, check out how beautiful this book is, and I was like, fuck yeah, I'll read that.
Yeah, I think so.
And then I read it last year and was like, that was good! Fell in love with it, and then the second book came out, and I was having to hold off because I couldn't afford to get it at the time. But then randomly came home from work a couple of weeks ago, and she goes, here, I got your present for you. And I was all like, oh my god, thank you so much. And it was Sunbringer, a beautiful new first edition for my library of first edition, which I am very proud of.
I also got him the new Stephen King release.
Yeah, you like it darker.
It's a short story collection.
Which I do.
I've read it and it's really good. Sorry.
No, I was just going to say I need to dive into a short story or two of that as well, because I adore me some Stephen King. Massive, massive fan.
Yeah, I read it earlier this year and I really liked it. So I didn't love it or anything, but I really did like it. It was a lot of fun to read.
Yeah, Stephen King's an interesting one when it comes to his short stories, because they are legitimately great, but sometimes people just prefer the long form stuff, or, you know, a couple of his books in particular. No, it's just...
I'm personally not sure because I have loved some of his short stories, but I'm more familiar with his actual novels, so I would say that I guess I prefer the novels, but I guess it's hard to say if I haven't read any of his short stories though.
You definitely need to read some of his novellas as well.
Yeah.
Because I know obviously you want to read Rita Hayworth and the Shawshank Redemption, which is excellent. The Mist is great. Well, I mean, anything that's in different seasons, all four of those are phenomenal novellas. Six Vessels. So what is that one activate that the others weren't? Yeah. When it comes to Stephen King, I'm a very big fan, because up to a point I have read every single... Oh shit! Well, that just came out of nowhere, didn't it? Up to a point I have read everything he's written. Back in 2011... What the fuck? Where am I? What is this? That doesn't seem right. Have I been here before? Flock? Why would Flock be?
I think you might have loaded the wrong save file.
It may well have.
Fuck, turn it off!
How do it's not letting me.
Fuck. I feel like you've spoiled yourself.
Oh no.
Accidentally.
No.
Shit.
No, fuck. Why would it do this?
Wait!
Don't press any dialogue stuff. You've loaded the wrong save file.
How did that fucking happen?
Because it loads the recent one then.
But I loaded mine.
I don't think you did.
Well, yeah, because I was playing my file. So it should have loaded that one. Oh god.
But it loads the last one that was open, which was... I played it last.
Yeah, but I'd loaded my file because I was running around in my file.
I don't know that.
Yeah, that's why that should not have happened. Weird.
Unless you got, an ending sooner, I don't know.
Don't know. Sorry about this. No idea what the fuck happened there. There we go.
Check when you load something, let me just see.
Well, so I died, and then it was like, would you like to reload your save? So I figured it would reload the save that I'd initially loaded to get to the point where I died.
That actually happened to me when it loaded up your save. What happens if you haven't saved, it will load up the last one, so you have to save on your own save file. It doesn't really make much sense to me.
Yeah, that is... That's another slight issue.
Yeah, it will load up the last one that was saved, so that would have been mine.
In
So
that
I
case,
would save over
I was gonna
yours.
say we're gonna do a safety save.
Yeah. To save over the one that you just loaded.
That was scary. Yeah, it seems to go straight to number 6.
Yeah.
I'm guessing that must be the case. Get it together, Astro Shift. No. Wait.
You must have been so confused as to what was happening.
I was very confused. Did you not hear me go, what the fuck? This doesn't look right.
You were just like, why is Flock here? I was just like, turn it off, turn it off.
So, excuse me. 6. 6. The 6 jars. I'm sure. I saw those on the left-hand side. Oh. Reflection of one's godness, a reflection in the new moon, I suppose. Yeah. Yeah. The rushing waters. I suppose I best solve the other great statues. But yeah. Fuck. Whew. I need the apfel strudel. Can't afford to eat that yet. Excuse me. Definitely did not mean to eat that bread. Also, let's just take the Walpurgis oil now, so then I can go and get that other ghostly girl. Why? I feel like you should be able to get a bit more of a head start on them, rather than having them attack you so quickly. Bit mean, bit rude, bit uncouth. Reflection for the other statues. I saw you, bitch. But yes, Stephen King books. I set myself a challenge back in 2011 because I'd read some. Cruel on You, yeah, we get it. I'd read some of his books, but not very many, and I really wanted to get properly into him, so I set myself the challenge of trying to read every single novel in a year.
That's a lot of books.
Yeah, well, it wasn't all of them, because obviously I'd already read, I think at that point I'd read Cell, Black House, for some reason. And a couple of others that I don't recall precisely which ones. But, yeah, so I set myself that challenge, and I very nearly succeeded. The only reason why I failed was because I got as far as Under the Dome. I read everything up to Under the Dome. And then 11/22/63 came out at Christmas time, and I foolishly decided to read that. And so I read that and finished it just before New Year, but didn't have time to finish Under the Dome. So I ended up failing by 1. But in that time I did read 30 Stephen King novels, which included the insanity of things like The Stand and It. No, I'd read those before, hadn't I? Those ones were already out, yeah. But yeah, it was a hell of a year, and I thoroughly enjoyed it. Definitely became a hardcore Stephen King fan in that time.
I read Pet Sematary for the first time this year, and I was obsessed with it. I still can't stop thinking about it. It's so good.
Pet Sematary was another one of the ones that I'd already read. Fuck! Why?
Like I was worried that it wouldn't live up to like how people talk about it, because I had read The Shining 2 years ago. I thought it was okay. I didn't like hate it or anything. I just even disliked it. I just thought it was alright. Like, it was interesting, I suppose. Like, I like the fact that I did actually read it, so I could kind of understand like more references to that sort of thing. But like, I didn't care for it that much. I just thought it was okay. I think the highlight was his name's Jack, isn't it?
Jack Torrance.
Yeah, I think the highlight of the book was Jack in particular, which obviously he's the main character, but I felt like he was really well written, and like I did feel really uncomfortable with the whole like alcoholism stuff, just because with like my own personal history, like I had like an alcoholic parent, and like I know how like tough that makes things, and how like much it can damage like your childhood and things like that, and like relationships with other people and things. Like, I still have issues being around, like, people who are drunk and things like that. Like, other alcoholics and stuff. So, like, I thought that was pretty well done. And the fact that I felt it was very accurate, and I guess it would be because, you know, King used to be an alcoholic, so...
Yeah, he was going through some shit when he wrote that.
Yeah, so it was really well done. But, like, the story and stuff overall, and, like, the character interactions just didn't really do much for me. Like, I thought their son just sounded like he was much older than what he actually was, and I don't know, I just didn't really care for it. It wasn't even that scary, really.
Yeah, early King wasn't particularly great when it came to writing kids.
Yeah, he's supposed to be 5, but he comes across as if he's like 5 years older than that. Like, at least 10 years older, maybe 9. He feels like he's significantly older, so like, because he talks as if he's older than that, and I'm just like, how does a 5-year-old have a vocabulary like this? It was just bad.
And then the other issue is that it's also just generally pretty hard to write interesting kids. Hey, I did it.
Yeah, the thing is that I think King is good at writing kids, but like with most authors, it's not a case where they can write kids who are quite young. Most authors seem to find it easier to write kids who are like 10, age 10 and upwards. But it makes sense why, because they have more stuff going on mentally and I guess in a social way, and they're going into
that vision, it's the spirit's second half. Or to go find it, I suppose. Sorry, Karen.
Yeah. They're going into becoming teenagers, like it's a few years off usually, but so they could be like 11 or 12, but they're getting there. So like socially they've already started like exploring like, you know, hierarchy and friendships and stuff. And I feel like it's more interesting, and that's probably why I think most authors find that easier to write than if they were like toddler age, where that's significantly harder because they don't have much going on aside from like I guess some development, but they're so young that they don't really process a lot of things that an older child would, you know?
Yeah.
Like, I don't find reading about 5-year-olds to be interesting, just because 5-year-olds are not really interesting unless the 5-year-old is your own child or something. Or if you're your niece or nephew or something and you're watching them kind of, like, grow up in real time and see them develop mentally and all that stuff. Because that is interesting, but reading about it is not, really. Like, I think it is great because, like, the kids are quite young. They're, like, I guess 11 to 12. And, like, I feel like that's a pretty good age for them to still be interesting, but still have, like, the...
We're back to thing. I beg of you, lass. I wish to be reunited with my innocence. Keep me company. Don't leave me by my lonesome. All right, come along. I'll take you there. Oh, God. Okay, Karen's saying.
Because, like, it is interesting because they're old enough to like understand bullying and like how complicated adult relationships can be and stuff like that, but they're also young enough that they still have like childhood innocent stuff, so they're not completely jaded yet as like older teens would be. So I feel like it's a good age to read about kids if you're reading about child protagonists and stuff. What do you think?
Yeah, like it's part of the reason why Stranger Things is so popular, because obviously they are old enough to understand the world and have the kind of creative imaginings and understandings that are necessary to create a more empathetic storyline.
Yeah, exactly.
Sorry, we back to chat. We owe you our everlasting gratitude. May you receive his blessing. Stray not from your destined path. Ooh, what's this?
These smells. I got sweets.
I tried a couple, they are delicious.
Why don't you try some?
When you are loading the washing machine.
Oh.
I suppose this is the key I'm missing. Stray not from my destined path, huh? Oh shit. What is this? Yes, please. We're awaiting you beyond the Crimson Bridge. No choice but to go through here, I suppose. Sorry. One moment.
What are you grumbling at?
Everything. Everything ever. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I have sweets. I got like a pound of sweets.
A pound?
1 kg of sweets.
Is a more like a kilo.
Yeah, 1 kilo. I don't understand how.
God damn it.
I don't think they put the giant grapes in. I don't see them. Did you try a kiwi?
I don't know. Melon ones are good.
Do you want to try this one?
That's what I'm just eating now.
Oh, I see.
Is that a key one?
No, it's so watermelon. Do you think
I was going to say that would be a very, very watermelon tasting kiwi.
Do you think it tastes like watermelon cider?
Yeah. Tastes like a real watermelon.
Yeah, it's really weird. Actually, it just tastes like
Oh.
artificial kind.
Rosenmarine. Wait! Don't go!
It's a kiwi.
Mmm.
It's not for peanuts.
Kiwi.
It's not very sour though.
No.
I'm learning that sour sweets typically just mean slightly fizzy.
What is this?
I'm back here. I'm losing my wits in this maze. But we're back here. Let's have the keys. Ta-da! Oh no, the lock is looking at me. Nothing worse than a lock that stares at you.
Do you have one of these?
No.
It's supposed to be a strawberry, but it's like a raspberry to me.
Looks like a brain. Mm.
I really like those ones. They had like jelly.
Very sweet. More art. I can't move. I'm paralyzed. He speaks naught but the truth. Fortune runs in your blood, lass. Hello.
Your favorite?
Nice try. Yum, yum.
I love those.
It's you again, you wretched serpent. It's you again, you wretched serpent. Ah, shit, I just noticed that the fucking stream's gone weird. No.
What's wrong with it?
The fucking screen aspect ratio has gone nuts. There we go. Now we're back. I can feel its warmth. How deeply you ache for this wish of yours, lass. Can you feel it? This venom of mine reaching down to your fingertips. I'm burning. What are you doing to me, you wretch? Excuse me. I just had to sneeze again. This fear residing in you is merely a pebble in your path. I feel like I got something stuck in my nose. Oh.
You taking out this too?
Yeah. It is your coronation. You're conceiving one tribute at a time, and thus. Yeah, I think I just have one.
I like
You ought to keep faith in his word. Freya, who I have barely spoken to at all this time. As it is he who is to honor your name, and you who is to reunite with him at the peak of the full moon. Reunite? I've never met him.
Please.
Embrace it, Elise. Your most vile lust for sovereignty, your thirst for promiscuous blasphemy. Lepkuin, what are you saying? Pursue it, Elise. I ache to drink from your venom and bask in your glory. Is that what they call it these days? My glory? Your most vile thirst for extravagance, your devotion to opulence. I ache to dine on your flesh and bathe in your radiance. Let me go, you.
Shut up.
Oh no. It's a snake then. Embosom it. What the fuck? Is that a word? Embosom your fearless lust for all that shines gold. Allow me, Elise, to endow you with all that is my being and my person. I ache to adore your name, your beauty. I yearn for the taste of your venom. Embosom is indeed a word. Take or press something or someone to one's bosom. Embrace.
Please.
Savor it, Elise.
I didn't know it.
Revel in it, Elise.
I had never heard of that word either.
Indulge, Elise. By this deliverance of chastity and by your heredity, as I bear witness. So be it. Oh. Tastes kind of peachy, but also kind of footy.
Yeah. I think the kiwi tastes like kiwi.
Yes. Needle Testament.
It tastes more sour if you put it at like the right side of your tongue.
Specifically the right side.
Yeah, because I think it's like along where certain taste buds are.
Oh, you mean that whole like diagram of the different areas of your tongue?
Yeah.
Apparently that's not actually accurate.
Well, it does feel more sour, like tingly, like.
It's probably because the flesh there is like more tender or something. My whole body is aching. Rosemary, Lekuhan, and Freya, they were all. Dot, dot, dot. It's this dream again, but I. When did I fall asleep?
Stomp, clap, clap, with yeah.
Sorry? Couldn't hear you.
Stop, stomp, clap, clap, with there.
We're there.
No, I don't know, it's what Peach does, I don't know where it's from.
Oh. Oh yes, the party. The party, the party.
Yeah, they didn't put my grapes in.
Grape.
Where are the fucking grapes?
Are you deaf? Or to hurry now or you'll miss it. Miss what? Hurry now, hurry now. Whee! Off it goes. Spooky. Oh, spooky. Oh, spooky.
It gets old.
Yes, sir.
Like, it's old.
I still like it. It's cute. I mean, it's spooky. Freitag.
Friday.
It's Friday.
I wish.
Yeah, soon.
Yeah, just Wednesday tomorrow.
Yes. I mean, does the color palette look different? Or did I mess with the Testament? Oh, it's in my pocket. To think last night really happened. I'd best go find Rosemary. Right, 19 fireflies. So much for seeing Falburga's protection. I ought to have thrown you out long ago. This thing's still not working, is it? I'll have a word to Mr. Wilhelm. Nah, fuck Mr. Wilhelm.
Want some more?
I'm right for nothing. Oh, they here.
The seal in this bag is actually pretty good too.
Good morning, Elise.
Good thing you're here, Elise. Flocky's super happy. Ah, I brought Flock in because of the rain, you see. He's well behaved anyhow, aren't you, Flock?
Yeah, sure.
I see.
It's raining?
Yes.
Oh, you hadn't noticed? Alright, well, it doesn't matter.
I'm sorry.
You went out last night.
Now that you
I
mention
did.
it.
I got the second testament, I suppose.
Oh, I'm so glad.
That's wonderful. You can prepare the gift now. I was starting to fret because you've been avoiding talking about it. There's too much to talk about, Rosemarine. Ever since we went there together, you've become a little... You said it yourself, didn't you? That I ought to do this myself for my own sake, and...
Please.
Wah.
You know,
Well, I didn't mean, you know...
oh,
You're right.
yes.
It truly does only concern you. Going to the woodland with you on Tuesday wasn't... Wah. You agree, don't you, Flock?
For goodness sake.
He's a goat, Rosemarine. Anyhow, it's best we move along before it gets late. Part 8 on. It's really pouring, isn't it? Oh, we'll be drenched in no time. Reminds me of when Granny and I would go on strolls in the rain. Why would you do such a thing? It's as Granny used to say, Elise. We ought to embrace things as they are, in their purest state. I'm not sure that applies to the rain, Rosemarine. Why, it applies to everything in life, Elise. If you say so. Oh, what am I doing talking to a goat? To a greatest of all time! And the laundry is still out. And it is raining. Should not someone have come to put the laundry away? Into town for more chaos we go! But yes, reading is good, people. You should read. I do love me a nice read.
Yeah, I read all the time. I read a lot of fucking books this year.
I've read a few. I believe I am now on 26.
I'm on 58.
My next book will be Shriek and Afterward by Jeff Vandermeer. Because I love me some Jeff Vandermeer.
Currently, I'm reading The Shards by Bret Easton Ellis, and then like a dark romance reverse harem thing.
Dark Romance Reverse Harem Activate! Sounds like some sort of super move.
It is good though. No, I'm not saying what it is unless someone else.
Yes, please feel free if you wish to discuss books, especially books of a heavy sexual nature. Feel free to reach out to Paige. She will happily discuss it.
Yeah. I do read like just normal romance as well, but like I prefer the heavier stuff.
Wouldn't it be best to stay inside today, Granny Gretel? Oh, I wouldn't want to miss you, dearie. I mean it, Granny. This can't be good for you. I'd say it's a good thing, Mrs. Gretel. Atta girl, lassie. Maybe you can learn a thing or two from your cousin, Elise. Oh, you're both losing your minds. Speaking of which, dear, is this about Lepkuin? Keep an eye on her for me, will you? She's rather stubborn, as you know. All right, I will. Oh, I can't afford stuff. It's windy. It's my second Apfelstrudel. And A pretzel. Pretzel à manger. See you, Granny. Have a good day standing in the rain, babe. What terrors have befallen the town today? A puppy! Oh fuck! Where is everyone? I suppose folks wouldn't like standing in the rain.
Sake.
Folks don't care about that in Kieferberg, Rosemarine. Come now, let's see what's going on.
Yes.
What's that over there? This week went by so quickly, didn't it? I can hardly believe it's almost a full moon, too. What of it, Rosemarine? Your fate will be revealed tomorrow, Elise. Both our fates, in a way. You truly can't think of anything else, can you? Can you? For goodness sake. I can tell you're rather restless, Elise. Well, I haven't been having much rest lately, have I? I suppose, but it's alright, Rosemarine. We ought to embrace it, right? Embrace everything in its purest state. Yes! And that's a lesson for you kids at home as well. Embrace everything in its purest state, like the rain or cocaine. Just gonna leave that hanging there.
I'm just
Washing machines live longer with Calgon, but you don't.
what? I actually do remember that episode.
Not the latter part that I added.
No.
Because that was, I can't claim credit for that. That was a weird memory that stuck in my head from school. When we had to do, like, for drama. Do you ever do, like, those stupid group projects where you used to come up with, like, morality plays and stuff, like, around a certain topic?
What do you mean by
I will go into detail in a moment. Oh, you think I'm losing my wits, do you? No such thing, Mrs. Oderly. What's wrong, Mrs. Oderly? This rain lasts, that's what's wrong. It's just a little rain. What do you know, lassie? There's no need to be so curt, Mrs. Oderly. Look how dark the sky is, Lebkuchen. We nearly need our lanterns and in broad daylight. What do you think the cause is? Lack of faith, Elise. Yours and all of Kieferberg's. None of this would have happened had we all prayed. Maybe best you two leave. I'll handle this. I mean, it's just fucking rain. Calm down, lady. Poor Lebkuchen. Yeah, you know, like, occasionally you'd be given little projects where you'd be like, right, make a 2-minute long play about, well, in this particular case, it was a 2-minute play about, like, you know, how taking drugs is bad and how they can kill you and stuff. And in the one that is stuck in my mind, that is one of the groups, which sadly wasn't mine. I don't have a clue what my group did, but I remember this other group, which did contain a friend of ours who we went to dinner with before. And theirs was talking about cocaine and how it's cut with various terrible products, you know. Sometimes it's something as simple as sugar or flour, but other times it's things like washing powder. And they came up with the genius slogan of washing machines live longer with Calgon, but you don't. And that just has never been able to get out of my brain.
that? It's very funny.
I can't help but think it was ill will, Mrs. Marielle. What was, Mrs. Ariel? Oh, Elise, it's awful. Freya's maypole got torn down because of the wind and the rain. You think someone did all that to the maypole, Mrs. Ariel? That's what we all think, Elise. Are you certain it couldn't have been the rain? With all that's been going on, lass. It's such a shame. She put so much time into it. Maybe we're making a greater deal out of it than we ought to. I'm certain that's it, Mrs. Marlin. Oh, how I would like to believe you, Elise. Nobody would purposely tear it down, would they? Hi, Blue. She didn't stir.
Go see Blue.
Oh, I thought she was under the thing.
Blue.
I wasn't trying to rile her up, I just thought I might have.
She didn't do anything.
Said, no, I don't care about Blue right now.
She typically does.
She do.
She's really cute actually how she reacts when we say his name.
She loved Blue.
Yeah, everyone does though.
Yeah, because he's the best.
Even my granddad does, who was never a fan of Small.
Your granddad was so in love with Blue. He was so disappointed that he wasn't doing anything until he came up and sat next to him, and then it was like Christmas Day.
Yeah.
She's like,
Yeah, he loved giving him the script.
we should trust them, Brunhilde. Oh, but what are we to do if they don't come back, Dorothea? Who's not coming back, Mrs. Brunhilde? Good grief, Elise, don't say that. The lads went out on patrol is all. I see. Can't say I'm not worried about this rain, but they're grown men. They can fend for themselves, I'm sure. Oh, but what about what happened to your husband? Yeah, what happened to her husband? Please tell me. Anyhow, Lisbeth, I'll be expecting you, Dorothea. Excuse me, Mrs. Dorothea? Class is going to be held at home today, Elise. We wouldn't want the children out in the rain after all. Well, they won't take kindly to staying home all day. But that's your cross to bear. Oh god, he's here. Even I will lend Freya a hand with the maypole if need be, but these two lassies will too, I'd wager. Of course, Mr. Heinrich. This was ill will, father.
Now that you
It could have been the rain, Mrs. Bertha. As it likely was, anyhow. What matters is that we lend Freya a hand, folks. Heinrich's right. We can't be without a maypole tomorrow. Oh, it truly has been one thing after another. We ought to gather for prayers. I would like all of Kieferberg to gather in the church this afternoon. You're doing something at last. It's imperative we are all united and of the same mind. I'll make certain to spread the word, Father. Gathering all these frightened folks in the same place can't be a good thing. Suppose I can't miss it, though. Yeah, that's just trouble waiting to happen. I don't know why I tried to sing along that time. I barely remember how it goes. Another interesting side effect of doing this way is... What the fuck was that? Is how I've had to break up my time with it. Because I would ordinarily have just blasted through as quickly as I could over the course of a couple of days, probably. But instead, I'm making myself wait a week between each day. Eat Lebkuchen by the bakery, or play Kiss the Rat, or help Dorothea chop some wood. Fuck those last two, I'ma go hang out with my priestly girl. Oh. Well, that would have been handy to know before. Nope, there she is. I'm afraid Wilma simply won't listen, Ariane. Mrs. Wilma's being unreasonable again, I'd wager. Wilma's refusing to allow folks to work in her inn. Even though we can't make ourselves useful in this rain.
Hey, do you like the name Nina?
Nina? Nina Williams wins.
Do you like it?
It's okay. Well, I'm also a big fan of 24. And that's spoilers. I'll think about it.
I really like it.
I think it's a great name for a Doberman.
Why?
Because it is. Like, Nina is a pretty strong female name in my mind. And like a big old Dobie girl. Who's all like, woof, woof,
Well,
woof.
Dobie's gonna be called Buffy. So
I know, but Dobie number 1 will be called Buffy. Dobie number 2 could be called Nina. And Dobie number 3 could be called Anna.
the fucking massive dogs. Why we won't have more than one?
2 at a time.
No!
When Buffy's sadly gone, we can then have Nina and Anna.
No!
I know someone listening to this gets that reference and is very happy with it.
I don't know what you mean, but...
I'll show you.
What if you're mourning the death of Buffy, which doesn't even exist yet?
You gotta be prepared for these things.
No! But yes, we are planning to get a Doberman called Buffy, Eventually. Don't know when yet, but we will. Because I want one so bad.
Hell fucking yeah, we will.
I'm like, I think Buffy is the perfect name for a dog. I've always wanted to name a pet Buffy, but I just couldn't figure out what kind of pet I would have to name Buffy. And then we decided that Doberman would be the best.
Hell yeah. And her sister's name is Anna.
I don't really care for that name.
Anna Williams, Nina Williams. The sisters whose only purpose in life is to fuck each other over.
I think Nina's a good option.
For what? It does also run the risk of giving our child or our daughter my initials.
Yeah, but the middle name would be a J, so it would be full initials.
Mrs. Vilma's always been like that, hasn't she?
Like Nina Valentine sounds fun.
When you put it like that.
Yeah.
Next thing we know, she'll be blaming Miss Velma for it. I wouldn't say you're wrong, Elise. She's right. Wilma's always been difficult. I wouldn't put it past her to blame poor Velma. Oh, to think we were so hopeful just this Sunday. The festival's tomorrow, Mrs. Ariane. It'll be fine. We can only hope, Elise. No, I don't know, by the way, if anyone had the thought, I don't think I'll be playing Tekken on stream.
Why not?
Puppy.
Because as much as I absolutely fucking love Tekken, I'm not that good.
Yeah.
I mean, I might do maybe some Tekken. Maybe I might do some Tekken 7 online matches or something. Show off how mediocre my my Horang skills are.
I actually have done online matches and stuff in the past, and it's so fucking hard.
Well, I mean, it depends on who you get. Because you've seen, I like to unwind every now and then with some Tekken 7 matches.
Yeah, I don't. I like playing Tekken, but I'm just really terrible at it.
We still need to play Tekken, because that was one of the things you promised that you would kick my ass at. Way back in our early days, remember when we were talking about playing Monopoly for digestive biscuits and Tekken, and you were like, yeah, I'll kick your ass, and I was like, yeah, I'm sure you will. It was you, Elise. What have I done now, Martha? You tore down the maple. Have you completely lost your mind, Melly?
I kick your ass at Pokemon, but not Tekken.
Yeah, you probably will kick my ass at Pokemon. I'm not going to argue that one.
Yeah, Tekken, no, I haven't really played it that much.
Ah, so it wasn't you, Elise? Of course it wasn't me, you little geek. Wait, have you been telling folks it was me who... Not yet. I came to you for some apple strudel. You're not telling anyone anything of the sort, you hear me? Watch me. I can run really fast, Elise. Lucky for you, I have apple strudel.
For goodness sake.
Alright. Is this what you want?
Boy, oh boy.
This child is so annoying. You'll keep your mouth shut then? I'll say nothing, not even a little squeak.
For goodness sake.
Oh, I'll be the one making you squeak if you dare utter a single word, Maggie. Fuck off, child. This better be the last time I have to bribe her. Oh, she hasn't told me to give her anything else. That's a good sign.
You know, I feel like authors these days don't have an excuse for not having audiobooks book versions because, you know how indie published romance books, they have audiobooks, the vast majority of them do. Sometimes it'll take a few months longer than if they were traditionally published, but typically they have them.
That's still a lot of time, effort, and money that has to go into them.
Yeah, I suppose.
It's not free to make an audiobook.
I know, but it's if they can do it where they're just indie published or, self-published, I don't see why other, traditionally published books can't all have audiobooks.
I mean, the vast majority do.
Yeah.
It's quite rare to come across a traditionally published book that doesn't have an audiobook.
Sometimes it feels as if they should have updated ones. With the Life Shit Traders trilogy, I'm just that audiobook is so old, it's from the early 2000s that they need to update it.
I mean, aside from the fact that it's crap,
Yeah.
I imagine they're not going to have even, what's it called? Not Random House, is it?
It is, shocking.
Even Harper won't necessarily set out a whole new plot. Because, they're long books, that's a lot of recording studio time.
Yeah, it is shockingly bad, though.
That's good to hear, I suppose. You speak as though you'd rather have us find something, Lorelei. Find what, Mr. Heinrich? Ah, we were discussing last night's patrol is all. It was rather uneventful, tiring if anything. I find it strange that nobody's found anything since Tuesday is all. Isn't it better this way, Mrs. Lorelei? That must mean there's no witch, wouldn't you say? Truly, I'll take this over finding horseshoes and whatnot. No offense, Eugen. None taken, Heinrich. I share the sentiment. I suppose you're right, lass. Suspicion down. What?
I don't know, this is funny.
Nobody is suspicious of me.
Stop!
How's that worth even with this sort of rain? I could say the same about you, Mr. Wilhelm. I'm too old to fret over into rain. You can't keep me from my rolling rocks. I suppose no one can now. Folks are too preoccupied with this week. Even a rainy day is knocking them sideways. At least the festival will bring them some peace of mind, won't it? Let's just hope it does that. But you never know. What do you mean, Mr. Wilhelm? Folks are addicted to this foolery. That's what I mean. That's why I'm avoiding everyone until this afternoon. Must look after myself.
Why are you doing that for
Addicted, you say? Because it was making you laugh.
I thought it was because he was old.
No, his voice is normally... That's a rather sensible way to look at it, isn't it? I do.
You really just doing it because I'm laughing.
Yeah. It's like 90% of the reason why I do anything.
Oh,
If it makes you laugh, I want to do it more.
that's so cute.
It's true. I mean, you've got audio proof of that in a lot of cases.
Yeah.
Don't catch a cold standing there, Rosemary. That's alright, it is. I'm used to it. And it's so utterly nostalgic too. Nostalgic, you say? I miss spending time in nature, you see. Granny and I would often dance about in the rain. You'd be catching colds quite often, I imagine. Oh, on the contrary. I may look fragile, but I'm soft. Is that so? Doesn't anyone care about shitless love? What's this? Pine cones! They're my favorite! It's good eating.
I remember when we watched that together, like, I think it was last month, wasn't it? Something like that. It was quite recently. Earlier this year, and I just couldn't stop laughing.
Pine cones! Ill will is inevitable, as much as it saddens me to say. Folks are at their wits' end, that's what. I wouldn't say it's ill will. I understand, lass. Nobody wants to believe one of us could have done it. That's because it wasn't one of us. You're the one who's at the root of all this hearsay nonsense, old Jochen. Come now, Bernhard, let's keep it civil. Mr. Bernhard's right, I'd say. Keep it civil with old Jochen. Both of these sound problematic. Mr. Bernhard's right. Folks wouldn't have thought of the witch if it hadn't been for old Jochen. In fact, I'd wager folks would have forgotten about it by now if you'd let them. I must say I agree, lass. Many things could have been avoided. No! Many things have been avoided thanks to me! Be that as it may, we're to take this week as a learning experience. Which is why we ought to gather for a vigil. Gather everyone for prayer. That'll bring us together. I've let Lebkuchen know to make preparations. That was the right thing to say. You have really small brains, right? You know that? Yeah, well, you probably don't even understand what I'm saying. A dandelion. Must be the last one of the season. Well, that's a relief, Linda. What is Mrs. Lisbeth?
Also, everyone should agree that John Leguizamo, is like the whole reason why that movie is amazing. Okay.
No, that's not true. I mean, there's a bunch of good reasons why that movie's amazing. He's just the best part of it.
Well, yeah, sure. I mean, because, what's his name?
Ray Romano.
Yeah, Ray Romano is really great as Manny also.
And Dennis Leary.
Yeah. But like, John Leguizamo is my favorite part of the movie.
And Jack Black.
Who's Jack Black?
He plays the, he plays one of the sabers who's like, when I get my share, I'm gonna portion the light meat from the dark meat.
Oh, I did not know that.
I pointed that out when we were watching it.
I must have forgotten.
Oh, we're chatting about the festival, Elise. We're chatting about Ice Age, a very timely movie from a company that is now shut down. It's finally happening, but now we have this rain. We've had worse than a little rain, Miss Elizabeth. That's true. Things are looking up despite everything. And Apfel seems to be doing better. I figured I would let them both have for a little while. Has he stopped talking about the witch, Lisbeth? I don't know, Linda. I think he's keeping something from me. My 2 remaining goats are still ill too. Mrs. Lisbeth, the festival will bring back some peace, Lisbeth. Father Hans has finally arranged for a doctor to drop by at last. Oh, that's wonderful, Elizabeth. Doctors! Oh. That wind is fucking spooky. Yes, I shall save my progress and then I'm gonna go and hang with my darling priest girl. Oh, it's you. The old geezer is unbelievable. What's the matter now, Mrs. Wilmer? Old Wilhelm promised to meet me here, yet he's nowhere to be found. How is Velma to fix the inn without his tools? Miss Velma? Why, she does nothing all day, lass. Might as well have her lend a hand. I thought she was looking after your inn, Mrs. Wilmer. Looking after my inn, you say? All she does is sit at the counter all day. Keeping your shop open, Mrs. Wilmer. Why, that's the least she could do, wouldn't you say? I suppose, but I wouldn't. She's right where she belongs, that's what. Leaving for Plimmeldorf at the first chance she got, to learn a trade, she said. All I've seen her learn is to sleep on the job. Yet she's everyone's favourite. Prettier, nicer, with bigger hair, the bigger... Ah, I see how it is. Yes. Always got all the praise while I've been here working myself to the bone. It's best I leave her to it. There's no one else hanging around. There is, but I'm not going to talk to you. She's gone. Here we go. There she is. I'll spend some time with her.
For goodness
What are you doing out here in the rain, Lepkuchen?
Really?
Why, you sure like nagging me, don't you, Elise?
For goodness
I
sake.
have good reason to fret you. Oh, don't you worry about me. What if you collapse again, or... Come now, I have something to tell you, Elise.
Wait!
Wait, Lepkuchen. You can tell me about it in your room, whatever it is.
Oh, Elise.
Wait, what the fuck? This was here all along? My, aren't you cheeky, Elise? That's not what I just thought we'd come here for old time's sake, is all. For goodness sake. It hasn't changed at all, has it? To think we'd spend entire afternoons cooped up again. Don't you remember planning to spend the night that time?
Now that you mention it.
I won't read that one. You were going to bring the day's leftovers for supper, right? I was in charge of the blankets, and we even swept the floors. Our granny's faces when they found out, too, still gives me the shivers.
You know,
Anyhow, what was it you wanted to tell me? Lep? Ah, spooky!
Oh.
I am the ghost of this house, Elise.
Kuchen? Oh.
Give me your soul, Elise, or I'll haunt you forever. I'm assuming Freya does something like this.
What? Not really, no.
Interesting. That's not funny, you. Why, but I'm the silliest ghost
For
around.
goodness
She's more of a
sake.
prankster type person rather than like... I mean, I guess that is pranking, but she's
Yeah.
not really like into like scaring people, I suppose.
Enough of that, Lepkuchen. That was really good, though.
For goodness
You nearly
sake.
sent me to my
Rather
grave.
cute, aren't you?
Did you know about this house?
What?
This house.
I mean, yeah, because you come across it when you go back, right, where the bread is.
Yes, before that. I'd never seen it before.
What do you mean?
I'd never seen this house before.
Oh, I haven't been like in the wooded area part of it, no. But like, you know where you go to get the bread from the old lady?
Yeah, down there.
Yeah. I know that bit, but I don't go like.
I had no idea that this house was even there.
Yeah, I had never been around the back of it.
You're still just as easy to frighten, Elise. Why, thank you for reminding me. I do come here often, in truth. I think this is the last of the Lepkuchen thing, so if you wanted to pay attention to see how her story goes. Everything used to be easier back then, didn't it? Anyhow, Lep, maybe it's best you go inside and rest, wouldn't you say?
I see.
You'd say so?
Now that you mention
This weather
it.
can't be good for you is all. I see. Perhaps that would be better, yes. Ooh, heart. Did I do that wrong? I think I chose the wrong option.
If you got a heart, then there you can get a heart.
Well, I don't know if I got a heart. The screen faded out in a heart, but
What do you mean, so you lost one?
I just don't think I gained the last one.
Do you
No, I
say-
missed it.
So do you have a strong connection with her or no?
I have 5 out of 6,
Oh.
and that was my 6th.
As long as you have like a strong connection, I don't think it matters. Like the strong bond thing.
Well, I'm gonna go do that again.
Yeah, I would. Because it's probably the last one.
I'm intrigued though. Can I go down there myself? I can. Interesting.
Wait, yeah, I have never.
It's been ages since I've been here, huh?
I did, yeah, I just realized where you went. I have never gone down that area.
I had no idea this was even here.
Yeah, because it says it's closed off, so that would make. Yeah, I have never gone down that area.
Yeah, it's like, it's not visible from here.
Yeah, I guess you would. There would be no reason why you would notice it. You can't see it otherwise,
I suppose if you happen to run down here, you would.
right? But why would you?
But why would you? I'll spend some time with her. We sit the shelf. Ooh, spooky. I'm not so certain. Everything's quite the same now. We just got older. Kieferberg hasn't changed, that's true. Isn't it time you tell me what's on your mind? You see, Elise, collapsing yesterday has made me come to terms with it. With what? I've been hiding all this time, you see. Hiding behind Kieferberg, behind this veil, behind you even. I left you. I've used my duty to stay as I am for the sake of the townspeople, and I've used you as an excuse to stay here in Kieferberg. Are you afraid I'll leave you behind? I am partly, but I expected to overcome this fear tomorrow. Tomorrow, with or without you, Elise, it's time I make my own decisions. Why wait until tomorrow, Lep? Why not tell me now? Something tells me tomorrow will be different, that's all. You're truly... Come, let's move along. I've kept you for long enough. I have something to tell you tomorrow, too. Oh, is that so? It truly is so, you. Ah! Somebody help me, the ghost is back. Why, you... Wait right there. There we go. Strong bond.
Oh, so you didn't have a strong one.
No, that's what I said. I didn't get the last one. I chose the wrong option.
You need it for reasons I'm not going to say.
Well, yeah. I imagine it's so that I can get that ending. Since I know that each of the 3 girls has a specifically tailored ending.
Hello. What are you doing?
Oh no. She ducked you. Get her.
Fine.
Get her.
Fine.
Get her pee-pee.
I love you.
Still want to know where the key goes.
The red is so red.
The red.
Yeah, I think it's because she's being
Oh, they're all abandoned. So depressing to walk past this place every day. Some over abandoned homes, every nook and cranny is bursting with clumps of something. Did not realize it was that bad. Huh. Ooh, I found a pretzel. Just on the floor in the rain. Healthy. Healthy. Nothing like a floor pretzel.
You can give that to Muffy.
If only she wanted one. Well, I think she's taking all the food she's gonna get from me.
Not that Oso died.
No one expects a random Goofy. Although I suppose no one should be out right now, should they? Because they're all at the church. Quest. Cozy Nook. I'll give you a Cozy Nook. What? Okay, there appears to be a triangle of space that I cannot access, but that activates the prompt. Weird. Do we get set up dinner table outside? I don't think. Not like it's my problem anyhow. This apple tree seems to be doing well this year, huh? Filled to the brim with apples, the barrel stands unyielding despite the visible gaps between its planks. Maybe I'll splurge a little this time. Oh, that's what she said. Pile of wooden boxes, barrels and materials assembled into a festival store. It's filled with dirt. Oh, dirt. Wilma's shack. I wonder what she keeps in here. Poo and goats. Shack. So now that random house has got me paranoid that I'm missing something. Especially now I've got a key that I don't know what to do with. You said you found the key afterwards, did you? Mm-hmm. You found the fish key afterwards, did you?
Yeah, but I wasn't able to do it. I know where I'm supposed to go, but I just didn't. I kind of ran out of time. So
whoever's been doing these rituals may have tampered with this faucet.
And I didn't get the answer to the rituals.
To the what?
To the ritual, I didn't get the answer.
Oh.
It's a different ending. I was looking at the ending.
Well, yeah, I figured it would be it.
Apparently there's no canon ending to the game though, which kind of irritates me a bit, but...
Why?
Because I would like there to be at least one.
Well, they're all canon. If there's no specific canon ending, because, like, you know, a canon ending would imply something afterwards. Because the point of a canon ending is to connect one story to the next. Like how, for example, in Drakengard, ending E is canon only to Neath, whereas ending A is canon only to Drakengard 2. Like, they're both canon, but they're only canon to specific timelines. But if a game doesn't have a sequel, then none of the endings lead anywhere, which means they're all canon. Unless it's a game that has a very specific single story to tell. Like, for example, Resident Evil 2, you could say that the ending where Leon gets on the train and gets away, and the ending where Claire gets on the train and gets away are both canon, but they both lead into the final ending, which is them both getting on the train. It's corn. No, it's wheat. So yeah, canonicity is only necessary if it has something to go to, or if there is a specific story. Because if the creators say that there is no canon ending, then that just means that all of the endings are canon. Boo 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 boo. Oh, there's a kitty under that tree. Suppose I won't be getting in there. Valleys. Oh, not everyone is away. Interesting. What have I stumbled onto? Illicit. Illicit shenanigans. Don't know why, but I love the smell. That's corn. I got it right eventually. But Grandpa... Wait, Bernhard's a grandpa? He's that old? Why don't you children go play a little longer? Oh, Elise, won't you help us? Help with what? They want to help with the stalls, you see. It's the least we could do, Grandpa. How's Apfel? Apfel is resting at home, Elise. The whole ordeal wasn't good for him, I'm afraid. Wasn't good for anyone, for that matter. That's why we should go and help, Grandpa. Please, Mr. Bernhard. And let's not forget Mr. Bernhard wasn't exactly on my side either. Womp womp. All folks' homes. Imagine living across from Wilma's Inn. Pee-pee.
Banging outside.
There's an angry horse.
Outside.
Apologies, peoples. Angry horse is interrupting again.
I have a quiet puppy.
Oh no! You have been captured. Oh dear, such warm feet.
Yeah, she is very warm.
That's a warm feet.
Got one belly too.
Warm belly. Warm belly puppy. Oh, what's up with the grimace there? What's up with that grimace?
Too sleepy.
Actually, that reminds me, I've got a video I need to put up on tweeters of her being adorable and actually obedient for once.
She's so sleepy.
So I have no choice. I have to. Brethren, I've gathered you here
His
today.
haircut is so bad.
He is a priest.
It's awful. Look at it.
Gathered you here to... I'm gonna get that. To address the recent goings on. You're rather late, Father. We've had enough. Show some respect, Elma. No, she's right. We need answers, Father. I'm afraid we will not be getting many today, Guido. If this is yet another plea for us to overlook this situation, why don't you let Father Hans take the lead? He's had it all week, and look where it got us, Gustav. We are to gather here this evening for a vigil, brethren. Together, we are to appeal to the Lord's mercy and benevolence, as well as... All that'll do is pull a lid on folks' troubles, Father. That's right. We need this witch to pay. Who would you suggest ought to pay, Lorelei? Where's this witch you folks speak of?
I'm going to just toast or anything.
No more thinking of it. Gustav's right. We don't know where to turn. Prayers will show us the path we ought to follow, brethren. Why, I've prayed all day, Father. Nothing's changed. I fear for my poor Jacob, Father. Whoever is out there, they're taking our children, compromising our livelihoods. It's a decision, folks Fontans. We ought to search every lass in town for the witch's mark. We ought to do no such thing, you old geezer. And that's no way to address your elders, Elise.
Is that so?
Perhaps if my elders hadn't completely lost their wits. Rest assured, Elise, no lass in Kieferberg will be searched, young or old. You fools still resist what must be done. Old Jochen's right. We must see this through.
This is ridiculous!
Are you going to do it then, Mr. Ludwig? If there's anyone who ought to do it, it's Lepkuchen.
I wonder...
Me, Mrs. Brunhilde? Of course, lass. You're a woman of God. Woman of God or not, Lepkuchen is to be searched as well.
Out with it!
None of you are touching her. Still, Elise, we ought to search someone. It may be for the best, Elise. Are you searching Freya too, then? And Mrs. Elizabeth? Ooh. Oh. No exceptions, lass. Truth is, we don't know anything about your cousin, Elise. Why don't we start with her? That's right, this all started on the day she got here. I haven't done anything.
Out with it!
Nobody's laying a finger on her. I saw her. What the fuck? I saw the witch. I saw Lepkuchen in the woods. My beloved daughter. Elise saw her too. She talked to the witch. There it is, folks. There the witches. Oh, Hapful. So it was true, Elise? You and Lepkuchen are the ones who've been making our lives
Out with
hell?
it!
No. What are you insinuating? Confess, the lot of you. Confess to your sins, you wretched witches. Did you or did you not meet Lepkuchen in the woods, Elise? Of course I didn't. I was all by myself right until I found him. Why, the lad says he saw you too, Elise.
Wait!
I didn't meet anyone in the woods, I swear. Oh my goodness, look. Spooky water. Oh shit. It's the witch. The witch is here. Oh, we're all going to die.
Enough.
We must keep calm, folks. Keep calm. She was there. I saw her. She had yellow eyes. What do you have to say for yourself, lass? But I was right here that evening. That's true. You were consoling me right until they made it back, but... I saw you,
It's
Lepkuchen.
ridiculous!
No, Apfel, I don't think you did. Don't be
This
ridiculous,
is
Apple.
ridiculous!
Can't be serious. Oh, I wouldn't want to believe such a thing. Elise always has been a bad influence on the poor lass, after all. Of all folks to betray Kieferberg, Lepkuchen. I didn't. You all know she couldn't do it.
Out with it!
Lepkuchen isn't involved in any of it. Yet the lad says otherwise. You two met in the woods, Elise. You're both involved.
It's ridiculous!
Don't be ridiculous. I was in Kieferberg all day. Are you seriously
it.
accusing Lepkuchen? Haven't you had enough of this foolery, you... Far from it, Elise. Everything's suddenly becoming clear.
That's ridiculous!
Listen to yourselves.
That's enough.
I've heard enough. I won't stand for... Search them both. We must search them right now. Find the witch's mark. I will take no more of this nonsense.
That's enough!
This is enough. Can't you see what you're doing to Kieferberg? Can't you see this witch nonsense is turning us against each other? The witch is clearly right here in Kieferberg, lass. Nobody in Kieferberg could ever do such a thing, old Jochen. We're a family, all of Kieferberg, no exceptions. Although we all understand your feelings, Freya. You clearly don't, Father. Nobody does. Apfel believes he's seen the witch. Folks have been on edge all day. All of this is a consequence of how we've been facing this crisis, with fear, hostility, and hesitation. That's all very nice, Freya, but we need to do something. Let's do the vigil then. Work on the preparations for the festival together. Like the family we are, the family we've always been. Freya. Would you folks truly burn me at the stake? Or Elise, Levkuhen, even Rosenmarine? I expected more from my family, that's all I wanted to say. You've said more than enough, Freya. All of Kieferberg is to be here tonight for prayer. As we ought to have done from the start. Move along now, folks. We have to focus on what we ought to do. Protect our home at all costs.
He's maple syrup.
Maple syrup. Tree juice.
I love treacle as well.
Tree juice.
There's like a very known.
I didn't like that one bit. It's best I head back to work. When you put it like that, Tristan, don't let the whole ordeal get to you, lass. What do you mean, Mr. Tristan? Folks lost their mind for a while, is all. All of Kieferberg is on edge. They don't mean what they say. I suppose you're right. You ought to come by later for the vigil, Elise. Both you and your cousin, you hear?
When I was a kid, I used to have treacle sandwiches.
I haven't had that in a long time.
What's up, Beth? What's the best?
Of course, Mr. Gustav, I won't miss it. Still, had it not been for Freya, you ought to be proud, Gustav. She's my pride and joy, my pride and joy.
I love Freya's dad.
I feel like I need to spend more time with him. Like, I really like him, but I feel like I could know him better. Do you have a moment, Elise? Of course, Mrs. Ariane.
He's one of the nicest residents in the village, for sure.
Oh, yeah. I must tell you, I'm ashamed about earlier. I couldn't bring myself to speak up for you. Mrs. Ariane, you're coming to the vigil, aren't you? Of course. That's good, Elise. That will help show them you're committed. Can't allow any more of this nonsense. Levkuhen, I know, Elise. I'm sorry, I tried my best to sound reasonable, but... No, Elise. I was just taken aback too. I would never do anything to betray you, Levkuhen. I have no reason to think you would. I know you feel guilty about what happened, Elise, but this won't change how I feel. Leb, let's move along now. I'll see you about town. Levkuhen has a great deal of faith in me, huh? Can't imagine what would have happened had she not said anything.
He's been barking himself again.
Oh god.
Like in the late afternoon when it was getting dark, and she just barked a reflection.
You see, we keep a dog in the oven, and apparently Peanut doesn't like it. I suppose she's feeling guilty, huh?
I remember when David was so confused by what he was saying. It's like, what dog in the
Yeah, the dog in the oven, and the dog in the shower.
Yeah, there's two apparently.
And there's also one in the TV.
Yeah, sometimes.
Not always, just often enough to be annoying.
We also have shadow dogs now.
Shadow dogs.
We cannot have two.
Eek, there she is. For goodness sake, Odily. Maybe it's best I go. I'm not certain my presence is much appreciated here. No, I'd say Mrs. Odily is the one who ought to take a moment to herself. I must agree, Odily. You folks don't understand. We've made a grave mistake. So you believe I'm the witch, is it? You truly want to burn me at the stake, Mrs. Odley? Oh, please don't say such a thing, Elise. Of course not, Les, but we can't keep on. Why don't you meet me in the confessional this evening, Mrs. Odley? Before our vigil, that is. Father Hans is right. You need help, Odley. Oh, this will be the end of us. I have to keep my cool as best I can. Are you alright, Rosemary? Ah, yes. I'm a little frightened still, that's all. So am I, if I'm honest. Had it not been for Freya, we could have... She truly does care about Kieferberg, doesn't she? A great deal, that's for certain. What's done is done, Rosemary. It's best we head back to work. I'll be here, Elise. It's a proper business opportunity, I tell you. What is, Mr. Wilhelm? Fetch me those tools, old Wilhelm. I told you I have the boys waiting for me at those stalls. There's no need to get embarrassed now. Embarrassed? It's a boy's hat, Elise. He made it himself. For goodness sake. You have talent in your hands, lad. I've seen my fair share of hats in all my years, and I tell you, I understand, old Wilhelm. The tools now, please.
No.
Peanut. Come here. Or stare at me, that's fine. Just do it quietly. Just keep staring. Don't have to change anything. Oh, she's giving up staring. Oh, now she's back. You ought to be patient with your auntie, Mindy. See, that's another person who goes for something else. But Mrs. Marielle. What are you pestering Mrs. Marielle for, Molly? Oh, it's alright, Elise. She's had enough trouble for one day. Loreley's been thugging the poor lass like a donkey. All I ask of my auntie is some bread. Your auntie feeds you plenty, Maggie. It seems she doesn't, Elise. She only gives me 3 meals a day, Elise. Why, you... That's hardly enough for a working lass, Elise. Well, that was quite a hop. Yes, if only I'd known that's why you've been begging about town. It truly is, Mrs. Marielle. Oh, for goodness sake. Peanut is the only dog I've ever known who actually plays fetch properly. And will throw stuff at you.
Yeah.
If you throw one of her toys that she brings to you, she will bring it back. And usually she'll just drop it, but sometimes she will literally fling it with her head so that it lands, so that she hits you with it.
Yeah, it's really cute.
You must give it some proper thought, Dorothea. Give what some thought, Mrs. Brunhilde? Oh, they're having a little chat is all. Kieferberg isn't the place to raise our children, Elise. After what happened this morning, I do agree, Mrs. Brunhilde. The way Kieferberg's turning on me. Oh, it's got nothing to do with earlier, Elise. We've been thinking about this for a long while now. I have a hard time to believing that, if I'm honest. But it truly wasn't. Don't say such a thing, Elise. You'd best believe the doors of my inn will be locked, Loreley. What for, Mrs. Wilmot? I won't have folks making a ruckus inside my inn. Folks have had enough of that for one day, Wilmot. Why don't you let Elise lend them a hand? As if I would let this lass anywhere near my inn. You've made yourself clear, Mrs. Elise. Or Mrs. whatever. I'm not very interested in helping you out either, as a matter of fact. Good. Come now, Wilma. You heard what Freya said, didn't you? Thought of it, Loreley. This witch is still out there, and all we're doing is a vigil. You're truly... I'm surprised folks don't take this old hag for the witch. Maybe she is. I need some more breads. So we'll eat the bread. Right, so what have we got? Help Lisbeth with the apples. We'll help Bertha with the chickens. I will help with the apples. That's the best thing to do. Oh shit, we taking off. Oh god. Save. Bing. Anyone else out and about? Does not seem like it. Oh, Elise. It's alright, Mrs. Elizabeth. You don't have to say anything. I'm sorry about earlier, my dear. Apples frightened Mrs. Elizabeth. We all are. Let's talk about all that later, Elise. Could you fetch me some apples, my dear? Do physical labour for me. You can have a word later, it's no problem. Oh, what does this town come to? Yes, I will have Rosmarine help me. How many apples do these folk need, anyway? Or the apples. It's raining apples. Yeah. So many bad apples. No pee pee. No. No shouts. Do.
Do you know that apparently some people, if they're bored with the book, they only read like dialogue and skip the rest of it?
No.
And I'm just like,
That just sounds busy.
how do you understand anything that you've read in the book then? And also that sounds really boring. Like if I did that, I would get really bored and I would put the book down. Because like, I'm not a person who can skim books because I get bored when I do that. Does that make any sense?
Yeah, whatever. I don't skipping books either. So every word on a page exists for a reason. Read them all.
Yeah. Like obviously I don't read like every letter or
Yes.
anything. Fuck you! How do you do that?
It's called skill.
The only highest I've ever got is an A. That's not even consistently either. How do you do that?
Have you not seen I've done it with all of them?
How?
Well, you can watch the stream and find out. You get a trophy for doing all of them with S ranks. And we got the trophy.
Have you got the rat one with us, right?
Yeah,
You said you hate that one.
I do. I don't like doing it, but I got it.
What the fuck?
I got it last stream.
How?
Watch my stream, find out.
It's not really something that you can just do. Like, it just seems as if you can either be good at it or not.
No, you can do it. You can learn to do it. I believe you can do it.
I've always gotten fails with the rat.
Oh, I believe you can do it. Bit of practice, that's what you need. Yeah, I got an S on the rat one once, and I'm not going to do it again.
Question: how do you like? How much extra money do you get with S ranks? Is it like quite a decent clip or what?
Well, yeah, I just got 60 for that. Because I was on 10, but I'm now on 70. We tie-hard. But luckily we got
That strudel looks so good, doesn't it?
you do.
I don't even like strudel that much, but it looks really good.
Apple strewn enough.
It's okay. I get kind of bored with like stuff like that. It's because apples is such a common like filling in bakes pastry that I'm still like.
The fuck?
There are other fruits you can use, you know.
Strewed enough.
Like pear is so much better than apple. Like
Oh,
in
apple and pear strudel would be fucking amazing.
yeah, I think so too. But like, I think just apple itself is kind of boring. Like it's just not that interesting. But it's difficult to find like pastries that have something else other than apple.
Hello.
Like if you're allergic to apple, I guess you'd be kind of hard to find baked goods that you like. I suppose.
There's always stuff out there. I mean, cherry pies,
I hate
pumpkin
cherry
pie.
pie. Cherry pie is disgusting.
I like a nice cherry pie, apple pie. Get like sultanas and something, strudels. Apple and sultanas obviously as well.
I think sultanas are really good at strudel actually.
Which is weird because you don't like raisins.
They don't taste anything like, and they don't have the same texture.
They literally do have the same texture though.
They don't.
Because they're made exactly the same way.
They don't. Like
Sultanas are just white grapes.
Sultanas are squidgy.
They're made the exact. I'm guessing you must have eaten some squidgier ones, but sultanas and raisins are made the exact same way from just different colored grapes.
I mean, I talked to your mum about this. You said no, they're not the same.
Pretty sure they are the same.
They don't taste anything alike. If they tasted alike, I would like raisins. I'm not just hating raisins just for the sake of hating raisins.
No, you were, but yeah, sultanas are grapes.
Well, so what? They don't taste the same. Like, if you eat black grapes and you eat white grapes, they don't taste the same.
I'm just going to read directly from the Google result. Sultanas and raisins are both dried grapes that are similar in taste and texture.
They don't taste similar in taste or texture to me. Like, raisins taste really gritty, but sultanas are just like squishy and tasty.
I mean, like I said, I'm guessing you've just had some really nicely prepared ones.
I guess
I think,
so.
like, we could probably, whatever was done to prepare the sultanas, you could probably do with raisins and find you like the raisins too.
I guess, but like, that's just what I've had. Like, when I just had them in a bag from Tesco or something, they're just squishy and tasty. And they're not gritty either, like raisins. Like, that's what I said. Like, when I talked to your mum about it, she's just like, yeah, they're not the same.
Yeah, same.
She probably thinks they don't taste so, like, filled up in.
I mean, obviously there is a difference between white and red grapes.
Well, yeah.
So you'll have a slight flavour difference in terms of just one being red grape or black grape and the other being white grape.
Well, yeah.
Now is not the time, BP.
That's why when you ask me what kind of grapes I want, I choose different colours depending on what I feel. I like the white grapes the best.
Yeah, which would make sense considering you prefer sultana. It does make sense. I'm not disputing what you're saying.
I don't know.
Apart from the whole they're not the same thing because they are. Premeldorf can't be our only option, Finn. Still, Guido, at this rate, any town's better than Kieferberg, the way I see it. Brunhilde's been saying the same thing, lass. Kieferberg is our home, Finn. Isn't Mrs. Brunhilde from there? That being so, she still chose Kieferberg too. Could you truly be happy to raise your children here, Guido? Without proper schooling or jobs? We can teach them our trade, Finn. Sorry, take my glasses off so I can clean them, so I can food. We can teach you our trade. You can keep changing your mind about this, Guido. Have you noticed? So do you. Can either play Kiss the Rat or help with the chicken. Try Kiss the Rat again, see if I can do that. Which do you think I should do?
Do you want?
Which do you think I should do?
What was the other one? So I can just.
The chicken eggs.
I like the chicken.
So shall I do the chicken?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm sorry, Mrs. Wilma. You were right about these folks, Elise. What are you talking about? Oh, Mrs. Wilma. We're so terribly sorry, Miss Wilma. Said we... What? Haven't they apologized enough, Wilma? What? Why is it on auto? It's not apologies I want from them, Mrs. Maria. It's respect. We're so terribly sorry, Miss Wilma. Said we could, so... And they apologized enough. With no apologies. Eating paper.
What are you doing?
Eating paper.
Leave it.
It's respect. I'm not certain I follow. I can now say I understand how you felt this afternoon, Elise. Now that's a proper exaggeration, Mrs. Vilma. Truly you're making too big a deal of this. Freya. It's not worth the hassle, Elise. It's best you forget about it. I wonder what happened here. He's blue. Oh, shit.
She got some crap on her eyes.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to get off. There was some on both of them, but I managed to get one off.
I'm just trying to take the crap off your eye. Stop it!
Just go around her entire mouth. Just hold her whole mouth and then, yeah, like that. See? You got it.
Hopefully she trusts me enough.
Oh, Elise. What's wrong, Mrs. Elizabeth? Must do it sooner rather than later, Elizabeth. Still, Marlon. You see, Elizabeth was telling me about this afternoon. Oh, Elise. I should have said something on your behalf. Instead, That's alright, Mrs. Elizabeth. I understand this hasn't been easy for you. No, Elise. You want to let her apologize. But I did not mean for Freya. I too would have believed them, Elise. Mrs. Elizabeth. Make certain you come to tonight's vigil, Elise. And bring your cousin along too. Of course, Mrs. Marlin. Oh, I get it. I just figured it. Hey.
Yeah, look at that, dude.
I understand, Father. You too, Elise, ought to make certain your cousin joins us. The vigil, you mean? She looking. She don't know. It's important she's present tonight. She'll be there, Father. Folks need as much reassurance as we can give them is all. Aren't you pushing yourself, Nepkuhin? I'll be heading home in a moment, that's all. About this afternoon's events, Elise. There's nothing enough to say about that, is there? Folks are regretful, yes. I understand, Father. So I just figured out what's gonna happen. You seem tired, Elise. It'd be more surprising if I wasn't, don't you think? I'll prepare something hearty for supper, Elise. Since it's your last. For goodness sake, there's no need to put it that way, Rosemary. Ah, but you head back home first thing after sunset, alright? Of course. And make certain to find Flock, too. I can't help but worry with all this rain. Oh, Elise, you do care for Flock. Shush, Rosemary. So, we need 3 gifts. First one is a thing of hair. We got the needle, and then we need to bring a guest. This rain won't let up, will it? We can only hope it's not raining tomorrow, too. Even if it is, Elise, we'd best make the most of it. Jesus. We'd best make the most of it. Make the most of the rain, you say. Figuratively, lad. Where'd you get all that cheer from, Mr. Gustav? Oh, to wonder, huh? What have we to gain from brooding all day? Kieferberg needs some good cheer now, more than ever, folks. No two ways about it. I ought to agree. So we'll be gathering... Tonight we'll be using the needle to get whatever the second gift is.
She's so cute.
And then we'll be taking our beloved with us to meet him as the guest. So I'm assuming some sort of sacrifice.
Should do this with her.
I will.
Ow.
Are you coming along too, Elise? She has better things to do, I'm certain. Going where, Mr. Heinrich? We're polishing off the stores, lass. You'd best head home to your cousin, Elise. She might want to give us a hand. I'll come about later for the vigil, Mr. Heinrich. It's a good thing you do, Elise. Tomorrow will bring much needed joy, folks. We ought to make it special for Jürgen's sake, too. You're making a big deal out of it again, Heinrich. He's right, Jürgen. We ought to do a proper job of sending you off. Excuse me. So yes, that's what I predict is going to happen. We'll probably make some sort of blood pie thing using the needle tonight. And then tomorrow we will take, in our case, Lebkuchen with us to go and meet him. Kiss the rat. Help
You
Odie
already
with
did the chickens.
Sorry?
You already did the chickens.
No, I was just trying to find where they were.
The chickens one is quite fun.
I'm not very good at it. I was able to get an S once, but
Like I definitely learned the timing of it a lot easier. Like I tend to get a lot of it is just mostly just timing, but I feel like the rat one has the worst timing because it often doesn't make sense how it goes.
well, the key is to hit the relevant button when the camera starts to move.
But I also always seem to forget which color is which when it goes to the
That's why I will always keep my thumb over one, like whatever the blue one is. I keep my finger over that one. Then when it's not blue, I press the other one. So that way I'm not thinking about it. What to put it behind us, Bertha? Still whittering on about earlier, I presume. Nothing of the sort, Elise. It's Velma. Miss Velma? Vilma's given her an earful, Elise. Right in front of everyone, too. All because she let Linda and Freya keep the flowers in the shack. For goodness sake. That Velma. One can't help but feel for Velma, that poor lass. Ooh, I completely forgot to read that one. One can't help but feel for Velma, the poor lass. Coming all the way from Primmaldorf to lend a hand in full. Truly. Oh, well that's handy to know. L1 makes the UI pop back up. Somehow I made it all this way without knowing that. Where is she? Where are you? There you are, old lady. Let me find your chickens. Let me count your chickens. That's right. I won't bite you, Mrs. Odley. Oh, Elise, what am I to do? I've been scared witless all week. Everyone can tell, Mrs. Odley. Oh, will you please fetch me some eggs, lass? Very brave of you to request. If that's what you need, Mrs. Odley. I'm giving the shit you're giving me. Time. Haha, you didn't expect that.
I still think it's crazy how much pictures you showed me. This is I was just looking at the pictures that you sent me. So I went to you.
Well, we both follow very strongly with my grandfather, his father. Don't have time, people.
Like it's interesting too because I had never really noticed like distinctive features in a family before, but then I see like pictures of like you compared to like your relatives and some of your older relatives. It's like yeah, you have very distinctive like features in your family. Like your mom had all.
Oh, yeah. What the fuck? Fucking chicken. Fucking chickens! They're taking the piss. One moment, people. Yes, yes. That was a nice catch. She got it on the rebound. Ho ho ho, I winned. You did well, lass. You can have this for your trouble. Oh, so you get, I suppose we judge it too harsh. So you get 40 for an A. And you get 60 for an S.
You get this.
No, I got an A. Oh, shit. One more to join our entourage, I see. Huh? Oh, it's marvelous. You'll surely agree. The banquet's the spectacles, the prestige. What are you talking about? You'll see when you get there. Oh, he's given me all I could ever want, which was, why, luxury, wealth, opulence. Oh, I can't wait to have you and your inamorata with us. My what? Ooh, sister is playing Stardew. And she's not watching the stream. How rude. She could be supporting her brother, but she is not. Maybe one day she will see this and will be all like, oh no, I'm so sorry. I should have been there to support you. It's strawberry time now. Let's stare at it like, what the fuck you do that for? Why, hello. How can I help you, darling? Take another bottle of St. Valpurga oil. Well, I'm really out of these things, huh? Three bandages. Are you sure that's all? Do I have anything to sell? I do not. Yes, I'm sure that's all. Thank you. Goodbye. I feel like we've been here before. Have we been here before? Truly, old Wilhelm, it would be the final nail in the coffin. What would Mrs. Lorley? Why, if Primmeldorf catches wind of this witch business, folks would think we've lost our minds. Sorry. Folks would wish we lost our minds. I must agree with you there, Mr. Wilhelm. We'd be the laughing stock of the whole town. Even more than we are here. Having them help with a grave is embarrassing.
Are you glad that the game doesn't have voices?
No, I wish it had voice acting.
Yeah.
I've been doing a lot of talking.
I feel like they probably put a lot of money into the design of it and they just didn't have any money left.
Or, yeah, I mean, they also might have just decided not to bother with that because, like, they've put some voices in there, but like with a lot of games of this nature, sometimes it's nice not to have it bogged down by.
I feel like games like this, like, it's kind of like a classic thing where, like, games like this years ago just didn't have voice acting, but now they kind of typically do, I suppose. So it's kind of cool to go back to like games that just don't really have any, or it's like extremely minimal.
No, I wouldn't say that's the reason for shit. How isn't it, lass? Primmeldorf must think we can't look after ourselves by now. Can we, I wonder? Oh, I must hurry. Isn't the vigil in a couple of hours, Mrs. O'Leary? Not to the vigil, lass. To the confessional. I must make certain I get my peace of mind, or else. Or else? Why, you truly do not understand anything, Elise. Your name may have been cleared earlier. But that witch is still wandering about, whoever it may be. Ah, I see. Oh, there is Father Hans. If I don't do my nightly prayers, even I might fall prey to that thing. Elise, wait. Just what I needed, huh? We're sorry to keep you, Elise, but there's something we... Oh, there's no need to hold back, Dorothea. What's this all about? It's your cousin, Elise. She claims she has a way of knowing if my baby's healthy. She has strange interests as well. You can't take her seriously, Miss Brunhilde. Oh, but don't you think that's rather odd, Elise? Where did she learn about all of this? I'll be on my way home now, Mrs. Dorothea. Mrs. Brunhilde, I'll be back for the vigil with my cousin, of course. Oh, Rosenmarine, getting yourself and me into trouble. Also, I apologize, people. The lightning effect in this is rather extreme. I had not expected that.
But,
The way that the screen is flashing like crazy.
oh yeah, it kind of like hurt my eyes a bit. That's a bit weird.
This lady with her looking cheeky.
I have to ask Sammy, how do you like get the like text boxes like for selecting stuff like in the background, because they would always be behind the text box.
It's just how it loaded.
I don't understand, but it's always like that for you, but it's never like that for me. So what do you do differently?
I don't. I just load the game.
Okay.
If it does that, just close it and reload it. That's what I did when it did that the one time.
So I'm not gonna like spoil anything, but when you get festival tickets at the festival, don't use them because it bugs out shops. And you
Interesting.
can't buy them, so don't use them.
I guess we will have to run a test. You're going to fall ill again at this rate, Leb. I can look after myself, at least. I do have one question for you, though. Do you meet Freya here every night?
No, it's not.
So it's always Leb Kuchen.
Yeah, she gives me bread.
Interesting,
Gives
yes.
me 2 breads.
Yeah, that's what she does. Yeah, so this is not part of the relationship thing, this is just how she is.
Yeah, I think she just gives bread to you because she knows that you
Yeah,
are poor. So
That's what I figured, but I was just wondering whether it was like tied to whose path you were on.
nah.
It's best you get some rest before this vigil, don't you think? Don't you think it's rather odd, Elise? What is Lapkushin? I have a strange feeling about tonight's vigil. It all feels a little as though there's a false sense of calm. Folks did change their tunes rather quickly, that's true. Here, before I forget. Bread! Do you think they might all lose their minds again tonight? Not necessarily, but I must admit I'm feeling nervous about the festival too. You spent too much time comforting folks today, Leb. You're rather calm too, Elise. I've been tormented over this witch nonsense all week. I suppose I can't blame you there. It's best I move along now. Still need to have supper. I'll see you in church.
Thinking that it must be so hard for Elise to like live in that house when she lives alone, but like it's not as if she has to pay for electricity or like running water or anything.
Yeah.
So it's kind of a different situation. Like, if she was like in today's world like that, she would not be able to survive like that.
Well, yeah, because there's too many checks and balances around that she'd have to maintain.
Yeah, this is what I mean.
Like,
But
for
like,
the start, government would just be like, hey, why aren't you paying your taxes?
yeah. But I guess she would just be, you know, on the dole because she wouldn't have a protection.
I mean, it's hard to say because who even knows where she would be in that situation.
Yeah.
Only if you promise to get some proper rest before the vigil. Grumble, grumble. Oh, nice one. Won't you join us? What? Let us take revenge on that fiend once you become a golden maiden like me. What are you talking about? Once you do, let us reunite. What makes you so certain I will? Why, we all do. That's why I want to put an end to him. For betraying us, for damning us all to this. This wretched eternity. Betraying you. Oh, sausage. That girl gave me her sausage. Have a look at the mill again.
I feel like People should talk about Duran Duran a lot these days, but they don't seem to.
I mean, they're not exactly relevant.
I know, but like, David is Michael Jackson, really.
People don't really talk about Michael Jackson anymore either.
I thought they did.
No. I don't know the last time I've heard. Well, I don't know the last time before this I've heard someone talk about Michael Jackson.
I guess it's similar to like Eminem, where it's just like they only started talking about him because of that response, like song to.
Well, yeah, I mean, they started talking about him because he did something worth talking about.
But that's literally it. Like before that, people just didn't give a shit because his music wasn't that good anymore.
Yeah, I mean, people don't talk about anyone unless they do something worth talking about.
I guess.
That's kind of why people stop talking about people when they die.
Although some people do get more famous as they die.
Yeah, for a brief while. That's stuff from the scenery. Oh.
Frozen Marine!
What she said. Ah, Elise. What are you doing out here? Are you trying to... Why don't you come dance with us, Elise? We have to get ready for the vigil, Rosemary. But we're having such a lovely weather. Lovely weather, you say? Flock agrees, don't you, Flock?
For goodness sake.
What she said. I'm heading inside. Come along, Rosemary.
Oh, but
Oh, Elise, wait. I like how when Flock dances, his shadow stays in place.
I'm sorry,
So we're going to this vigil? We ought to, Rosemary. Folks need to see we're committed.
Oh,
Say, Elise, I know you don't like to talk about it, but you're meeting him tomorrow, aren't you?
now that
I suppose. You still don't have the sweetest nectar, do you? You went to the woodland last night. What about it? You've been gathering testaments and... All I have is that needle, Rosemary. A needle? That's what the testament I received last night. I pricked my finger on it too. The sweetest nectar also needs to be part of your mortal body, remember? So you mean the flesh, the blood, and the heart, at least. Those are the... We can talk about it after the vigil, alright? You get changed now. I brought some bread. Alright. Yes. The flesh is the hair, the blood will be either blood or tears. Probably blood. And then the heart will be the heart of whoever I take with me. In this case, Lebkuchen. Come, we should hurry or we'll be drenched.
yes.
Say, Rosemary, about this sweetest nectar. It's your determination that matters most, remember? What does that mean, Rosemary? Blood, that's what you're going to offer, isn't it? Well, you must show him your commitment, Elise. Whatever you do, you must prove you're willing to leave everything behind. Your faith, your loved ones, Rosemary. You have to want it, Elise, do you? ... A silence that speaks 1,000 words. Nothing interesting. Yeah, so those are the two the page got. 21. So yes, page has gotten 2 endings. And we shall get some more. Stringy cobwebs. Apologies for the flashies, this is ridiculous. But by that time the well is well. Peanut just taking her snake to the page. So Peanut just taking her snake to you.
Yeah. It's right in my personal space.
Very much personal space.
Although, if you have like dogs and cats, you don't have your personal space.
Pretty much.
But give up the right Although I love how they get so annoying when you like pretend to like do the same thing, like climbing up and getting your face right in their face. And just like shoving your whole body against
Sorry.
them to sleep.
Rosemary, where are you? Oh. Ah, hello. Ah. Really? Now is not the time, Pee-Pee. Speaking of getting up in your face, that's exactly what she's done.
I actually did that to Kiwi once. I got right up in his face and like shoved my whole body and like curled up against him to sleep, and he just kind of was just like, "What the fuck are you doing?"
It's that serpent.
He got so disgruntled.
I'm reading around the dog. Okay, now she's standing sideways, so I can't.
Peanut.
I have no choice but to carry on, do I? Blech. Blech.
Peanut.
But towel.
What?
Aha, now she's on. Now she's on Peanut. Or Peanut. Pidge.
Hello. I love you too. So many kisses. My one thirsty girl.
We's back here.
I'm gonna ask you Mum and David if we're still on for dinner tomorrow.
Good plan.
Out with it!
Show yourself. I know you're in here somewhere, Serpent.
Someone in the group chat said that there's a speed camera by the garage, so
Interesting. Oh, well, I'm not going out tonight, so.
yeah.
Oh, what am I doing? Yeah, it'll be gone in the morning.
Why?
Because they're only there for a few hours. So many ruffles on that dress. Getting myself into this mess, and for what? To get out of Kieferberg, to leave it all behind? But at what cost? The tender flesh, the sweeted nectar. All these things I've seen and done, I'm beginning to wonder if I really meet him, if he can grant this wish of mine. This wish of yours is within your grasp. Can I truly attain it? You've received his blessing, have you not? Trust yourself at least. Trust his
Now
word.
that you mention it.
I could get out, leave this town behind. All I've ever been here is a maid of all work, astray. Ever since Granny Holly passed, I've been nothing but an outsider. Now you're a witch, Elise.
I changed the group name, by the way.
I see.
A witch. Unshackle your burning desire from the depths of your very being. Family. Very cute. Embrace it, Elise. Your rightful fortune and wealth, your freedom. I want it. I want my second chance at happiness. Huh? What in the... Snack. Hands. Evil. Oh shit, it's the Evil Dead. Huh. Well, that don't look good.
What in the Lord's name?
It's the town square. I must be dreaming. This can't be real.
What is this?
What is that? There's something in the church. There's something on the wing. is that? That sounds like Lepkuchen. It's that serpent. I must find a way into that church. Break your fucking pots. I care not for your pot. Berries. I haven't found my berries. You've come here to stay, I see. Says who? A place of solace. That's what our beloved Aziel is providing for us here. All I've heard in here is weeping, though. We're all doomed, all of us. We've lost everything. All we have left are these depths. What's so great about this place, would you say? The silence. He never visits here. I can't say I understand. It's completely destroyed. I have to find a way out of this place. Shit's fucked, yo.
Lepkuchen. Wait!
Didn't have to read either of those. These moon phases, I wonder what they're for. They seem to be connected somehow. They truly didn't run Kieferberg, huh? If only they could see this. Overtaken by the woodland, Kieferberg's various homes are now at its mercy. More berries. Oh. Ah! God damn it. Yeah, should probably put some light on. What did the stony thingy say? I have forgot it. I Half Moon Vampire. Half Moon Vampire. Or is it backwards? Vampire. Half Moon. Fuck. Hello, Beastie. I see you staring at me.
Yeah, the song's 9 o'clock.
I know. That didn't do the thing I wanted it to, so I am going to call it. Oh. It reset everything. You know what they say, all good things must come to a sad, sad end. And for now, that sad, sad end is this dream. But we have all had fun, have we not? We've enjoyed our time together. We have had laughs. We've shed tears. We've learned and we've lost. And all these things we shall do again, provided the beast does not eat me. As she is growling. Hey, shush, shush, shush. No need for that. Shush. Until we meet again, do you have anything you wish to say, babe?
No.
Okay, everybody, take care. Have good days, and I should see you again on Thursday for some more Silent Hill. So until then, bye-bye. Bye-bye.